does your child, whether they're age 2, 10, or in their teens, know how to properly call 911? Teaching that important lesson is the sole mission of one group called 911 for Kids, and I was fortunate enough this week to MC their Heroes Award luncheon and learn what these dispatchers are up against. In tonight's Anchor Mom Report, what every parent needs to teach their children about 911, and in today's age of the cell phone, it's even more critical to know exactly what to do.
Hold on just 1 second. Stay on the line. Don't hang up. No problem.
They are the lifelines to millions. 911 dispatchers. Over and over again, we hear them assess, assure, and assist during the worst moments of people's lives. But the emergencies aren't all that's alarming. Statistics show out of the 24 million 911 calls placed a year, half are non-emergency calls. And when the callers are children, that number jumps to over 50%. Dispatcher Michelle Stevenson knows this all too well.
We get a lot of calls from children that aren't real calls.
Michelle was recently honored at the local 911 Heroes Luncheon I emceed earlier this week for her Grace Under Fire during an emergency in Santa Cruz. Today we are here to recognize one outstanding 911 dispatcher. Representatives from all kinds of branches of public safety came together to deliver a singular message. 911 is for emergencies only, and they want us to start teaching our kids early.
I would start at 2, 3, 4. I'm a grandmother and I have a 2-year-old and she understands. You can practice on play phones. Every child has a play phone.
Teaching kids to call 911 properly is really empowering them to take those first steps towards responsibility outside the house. But doing it on their level is important. And that's where the cell phone sisters come in. Gabby and Abby, the ambassadors for 911. And of course, my personal favorite here at Fox 5 is Ready Fox for obvious reasons. Outreach, though, isn't enough. First responders urge parents to sit down with their kids and explain what they need to know about 911. Part of the message is not just when, but when not to call 911. When shouldn't a child call 911?
Well, an example would be if you're having an argument with your brother and sister and your parents might not be there, that it is not an emergency.
Aside from knowing when and when not to call, the head of 911 for Kids says, think about your actual phone.
How to dial 911 on different types of phones, and that's very important to teach a child or anyone, is how do you dial from that particular phone.
And in the age of cell phones, the third lesson is the most important. How to explain your location, because it's not